To the second episode of Talking Sports with me, your host, Grant the Umpire. And today, before we get started, I would like to introduce my very special guest. His name is Riley. Riley, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Riley, and,
Okay, so he will be my special guest for this episode. And why waste any time? Let's get into this one. This week's top story is Tim Tebow is expected to sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Tebow, has tried out for the Mets in spring training. That didn't work out, and now he's here with the Jaguars, and he will be playing tight end, which he has not played. What do you think about this move, Riley?
I really think the former Heisman winner, I think he's gonna do okay. I mean, last time he played was 2015 with, I think, the Patriots, and, I mean, I just don't know about tight end. If he actually does good and he has another target for Trevor Lawrence, that would be good.
Yeah, I really think that's really what I think about this move as well. So next here we are talking about some Cubs action, and they have gotten their way back up to third in the Central. They beat the Tigers 4-2 last night. They have a record of 18-19, and they are right now 4 games back of the first place spot in the NL Central. And they lost 3 straight until they started the series in Detroit last night, where they won 4-2, as I just said. So Riley, what are you expecting from the Cubs to finish off this series with the Tigers and in these next few games?
I really think the Tigers have struggled this year. I mean, normally they have a struggle year, and I just really think that they're going to do but the Cubs, they just need to keep up that hustle, like that 4-2 game last night. That was good. Chris Bryant just needs the whole entire team just needs to hustle, and the pitching. I haven't watched a lot of games yet, but I think pitching should do better and the batting should do better.
Yeah, I really agree. Pitching has been a struggle as of late. Jake Arrieta really killed it last night coming off the IL. Chris Bryant, 2-run homer. And good, well-rounded game last night. But if we can get that pitching up and running and the hitting back up again, we will be a pretty darn good team. This week, NFL schedules were released, and that means, of course, we're going to talk about some Cowboys football. Now, Riley, I know you're a Bears fan, so I had the Cowboys scheduled, but have you looked at the Bears schedule yet, and what do you think about the Bears so far?
Yes. Actually, I'm doing a podcast right now. I already posted 2 episodes. I posted one today. I was talking about. I think the Bears should have. It's a medium schedule. We got a couple hard teams, a couple easy teams. But the Bears I am waiting to see Justin Fields first play. That'd be awesome. Just Andy Dalton should probably start one game just to show how Justin Fields how he does. The first week we play the Rams. That's gonna be a tough one on Saturday and on Sunday night. And yeah.
Yeah, I really agree. If you can get Dalton in those first 2 or 3 starts of the year, I think Fields will be able to look up to him and hopefully be able to do pretty good for the Chicago Bears this year. Now going to the Cowboys side of things, of course it just has to work out this way. Week 1 schedule, we play the defending Super Bowl champs, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and the Buccaneers. That game should not end in the Cowboys' favor, I'm not expecting, But you never know. Crazy things have happened. Maybe the Bucs will come out cold to start the season. Week 2 at L.A. to play the Chargers in beautiful SoFi Stadium. That should be a even game. Cowboys-Chargers are similar in a lot of ways. Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert seem like pretty darn similar quarterbacks with their talent-wise. And I think that would be an interesting matchup. Week 3, the Cowboys have their first home game of the year against the Philadelphia Eagles, the first matchup in the NFC East. Then they host the Carolina Panthers, who have newly acquired Sam Darnold. Let's talk about that Sam Darnold trade to Carolina for a second. What did you think about that when you first saw that?
At first, when I really thought that they didn't need Sam Darnold. I mean, Sam Darnold is still young. He's still learning. He maybe should, I don't know, because Carolina kind of needed a quarterback since Teddy Bridgewater isn't the real deal. So I think just let's see how Zach Wilson plays out and Sam Darnold plays out, and just see who's right and who is wrong.
Really good point, because in my opinion, it could have gone 50-50 with that trade. I think that the Jets should have stayed with Sam Darnold so that Sam Darnold could possibly be better and he could be the backup to Zach Wilson in New York. Anyway, Week 5, Cowboys host the New York Giants, and then they go to New England to face off against the Patriots. Patriots, 2 years ago, you'd be scared to face them with all the talent they had, but now that should be a game that the Cowboys should take pretty easily. Week 7, Cowboys go on a bye week, and then they go to Minneapolis against the Vikings. Then they host the Broncos, followed by the Falcons in Week 10. And then they go to the team that I think has been the best, well-rounded team these last few years, the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you think makes the Chiefs such a great team?
I really think just how the relationship is in there. Because, I mean, Patrick Mahomes has a really good relationship with the coach, with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I think they'll be up to that for 2 years. But if they start paying more, they're going to run out of money, and then they're going to have to release a couple players to get it. And so that's why I think they're definitely going to be like a dynasty for a couple years, but it's not going to be for long because, I mean, money, it just depends. New Orleans had negative $99 million in cap space last year. And
yeah.
If they go in negative, it's just going to be bad. And then, I mean, I still think Kansas City will be good. I'd say playoff contenders, definitely. But, it just depends on the next 5 years.
Yeah, really good point. I think that we could very easily see a Buccaneers-Chiefs Super Bowl again this year. So I also don't like the Cowboys' odds in that Week 11 matchup versus Kansas City. Then they host the Raiders. Then they go to New Orleans, Washington, and New York for a road trip to play the Saints the football team. Still getting used to saying that. And the Giants. And then they host Washington, the Cardinals, and then to finish off the season, they go to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Anyway, that is really all the stories to cover on this week of Talking Sports with me, Grant the Umpire, and Riley. Thank you so much to Riley.
Thank you so much, too.
Yes, thank you.